I'm motivated, I'm prepared to beat that charge. My hands up above the restricted area, he OC, that's a charge. They leasing, they rent team, my shit paid for. What they charge ain't nothing for you to go out here and go get it. Only one rule, gotta be able to work hard. I'm up late nights, early mornings, I don't watch too much TV, city already performing. You keep them thoughts, I have no time for them. Solid cats and not rob for them. So much sense in these streets, everybody can't heat. Ready to settle petty beef, and I'm telling you, them cowards gonna be aiming at me. For the signal retreat, I'ma make them believe that I go hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out, work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out, work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to see, I'm out the door, it's time to get it. Say you ready to work, then let's get it. If you paper chasing, I'm with it. Early in the morning, I'm talking about fitness, suit and ties, I'm all about my business. Time to change your way of living. If you want it bad enough, go and get it. You don't need nobody else tell you go and get it. Work hard, look in the mirror, the reflection is you. You don't like the current stats, now what you gonna do? Everybody got a point, but I got nothing to prove. Everybody got a side, but you never hear the truth. Look at me, I know I go hard. I made a decision that ain't for the stars. I'll be up grinding while they stay sleeping. My life's a place telling to work hard. I've been patient, waiting, God know it. My time's coming, I know it. When you working hard, you ain't gotta show it. You know I'm hot and I know it. I took the game with a shot, that was yesterday. I ran 2 miles, that was yesterday. I started 3 classes, that was yesterday. I'm going hard, I promise, then yesterday I work hard. I ain't got no time for no games. I ain't got no time to be playing. I ain't got no time for no social media, no tag me and nothing, ain't any of your games. And Facebook, I call it fake book. Your friends list, that's what snakes look like. You don't know my passion, just know I'm acting. Went back to school and I got my master's. I go hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out, work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out, work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard.
Test, test, test. I might have to. Test, test, test. There we go. Gotta get this stuff all set up. I am a 1-person show. So today, my name is my name is Michael. I am the success engineer. I am a life coach, group fitness instructor, Uber driver, everything that you would think you want to be in a person. But mainly my goal is to be a life coach, speaker, author, and I come on here to help you with your success. And I want to put a shameless plug out there, but I don't have my book with me. I wrote the book Work Smarter and Work Harder, the Work Hard philosophy for individual achievement. And that's my philosophy for life and everything is to work, and you got to work hard and you got to go work smarter. So that's what we're going to do here in Work Hard Wednesday. Welcome to Work Hard Wednesday. going into my monologue, I got to get up early in the morning. So for all the work. Um, so today, are you serious about school? Are you being serious about school? What I find out is that a lot of students and a lot of young people are just going through and checking off boxes. Oh, I did this, I did that, I did whatever. But you can't check off boxes for success. There's some things that are nuances about success that is not, you can't just check it off and expect something. Checking stuff off and expecting a reward for what you check off, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's trade school, whether it's work, whether it's military, for your success. No, you can't do that. It's some things have to be willed. Some things have to, with success and true success and what you want to do and be successful. Those those people that do that, they don't just check off boxes. They are mentally engaged in what they're doing with their growth and their progress towards their goals. So, are you taking school seriously? Are you being serious about school? That is the question. And what I what I want to know is, are you being serious? Are you taking it? Or are you just checking off a box? Because when we check off that box, there's nothing else for. I mean, you're expecting a reward, and that's called entitlement. And we success doesn't give success doesn't it just doesn't give to entitled people, and we're acting entitled when we don't have anything. And I'm particularly talking to the black, Hispanic, and Asian youth. Some of us don't have anything, and majority of us are going through life, and we're just playing, and we're expecting things, and our schools are giving us things and rewarding us for mediocre work. And so we go out into the real world and doing mediocre work, and we're not getting the return on investment like we should. But we're not taking it seriously because they didn't give us you, we didn't take it seriously. We were just checking off the boxes, and they're giving us stuff in our schools and everything, even at work, even as they're paying you for sitting on your phone. That's not how it works. If you really want something, if you really want to do something that is going to change the trajectory of your family, of your life, you got to put in the work, and you got to be intentional and deliberate about that work. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The three things that I'm going to look into. I got to look at my notes because I forget. I got so much stuff going on. I forget about this. I forget exactly what I want to say, so I put it in notes so that I can get it right. I'll talk about high school, college, and postgraduate development. So, high school, we I work at a high school. That's why I want to talk about this stuff. We all have to go through high school, but are we maximizing our time in high school? That's that's the true question. Are we just checking off boxes, or are we maximizing that time? And we have to look at what we're doing and say, am I invested in this? Am I interested in this? Is it going to lead somewhere um, for the next step in my growth? Because we already planned it out and planned what we want to do next. So a lot of us don't have we don't have plans after high school. We want to just go work, and that's all we want to do. But a work has a cap on it with just a high school diploma. You gotta get the knowledge from somewhere. You gotta get the experience from somewhere. And what I'm telling you is that those people that you work with, your bosses, your teachers, your everybody in that element at a young age, because we starting off with high school. After you graduate high school, they're not worried about your development. There's another group of students coming along that they have to deal with, and do the same thing with them that they did with you. So yeah, we're gonna give you suggestions. Yeah, we try to teach you the habits that you need. But if you go with the majority, because in my school the majority are not paying attention in class, not creating study habits, not doing their work, not turning it in. And you could turn your stuff in, and you could be doing your work, you could be doing all of those things. Well, you could be getting good grades. So what I'm saying is, we got to take it to another level. We have to take it on upon ourselves to take the initiative to be that person that is conscious of our growth. So when I'm in high school, I was conscious of where I wanted to go next. Was I positioning myself for the next step? Was Nobody was talking to me about about these things ahead of time. I know we're in a different world and a different time. So you got people in your high school that are willing to talk to you about it. They can only take you so far, and that might be a topic for another. So those people can only take you so far, but at that step, you got to get the most out of all of those people. So everybody you look up to, as far as the high school realm is concerned, and whatever you do, your teachers, the teachers you like, the coaches that you like and connect with, if they give you some advice, they're giving you some advice on from what their understanding is. So then we have to look at their understanding and their experiences. So if you got a coach that you connect with, and he's an assistant coach, and he only has an associate's degree. He only has an associate's level of knowledge, right? Knowledge about what jobs he can get, what how much pay he can command, and things like that. So when he can only take you to the associate's level, and I'm only explaining this in terms of degrees, because that's something that's more tangible. So if he has an associate's level, that's only a 2-year degree. If you got somebody that has a 4-year degree, and they're giving you some information, that's the level that they're on. And then if you got somebody that has a master's degree or PhD, it goes up from there, right? And then you got to look at the experience. Did that person play college sports, or did that person get a master's degree if they're a teacher? You got to look at all of that stuff. And um, unfortunately, unfortunately, young people have to be more conscious of this, because we live in a society that wants to reward, and we want to society wants to give the poor things to help them succeed, which may be hindering the success of the poor or the disadvantaged. I think there's a bar right there. Society is giving disadvantaged people things that may hinder the growth of that person, that those individuals, because we've given so much. We have students that and I tell my students this all the time. You haven't had to pay for schooling. Your parents have paid for everything. You work. You maybe give your parents money, but you have money, and you're getting paid the most that anybody in the history of America, at least anybody in the history of America, has gotten paid at your age. So what does that mean? If I wanted to, when I graduated high school, there was the biggest um, hourly pay, the highest hourly pay that we could get that I knew about was a $10 an hour job, right? And everybody was trying to get that. It was a food service worker at a hospital or something like that. And one of my friends had that job. He was getting paid $10 an hour. He had a car. He had, he was buying clothes, shoes, things like that. And I'm like, dang, it's $10 an hour. But y'all getting paid 15, $18 an hour sometimes, 20 if you at 18 years old, $20 an hour. So if you making $20 an hour, because you can get jobs out there that pay you that at 18 years old, to make $100,000, it would take me twice the time to make $100,000 than a person making $20 an hour. So it take me two times. If it takes you 100 hours, it'll take me 200 hours to get that $100,000. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. That is crazy work, because you still at 18 years old. Usually you're not paying all of the bills. You're still living at home when you first graduate high school. You're living at home. You're not paying all the bills. Your car is probably paid for. Um, if you got a car loan, I don't recommend that, but your car is usually paid for. You got limited bills. You got a place to sleep without having to pay a lot of rent or anything like that, because you're living at home. So you'll be able to stack money and you're gonna live good. And I have a problem, or me and my students get into it a little bit, because they don't understand the value of education or the value of getting knowledge after high school, because they're living so well right in the moment. But if you take that person and fast forward 20 years from now, that person is going to be limited in what they can do for a job or to get money, and people say the sky's the limit because we have entrepreneurship and the gig economy. But I have to fight back, or I have to push back on that, because of the reason that the gig economy, you're not growing. You're just doing a job to make money. Like, it's not forcing you to dress up. I see Door Dashers all the time. They come in there wearing anything. They come in there in slides and all different kind of stuff. You know what I mean? They driving around in a car. They could be smoking. They could be doing whatever while they going to grab food. You're not being held to a standard. And I'm not I don't want to be in the 9 to 5. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you right now. I'm trying to get out of the thing, but I put in my time. I put in my time at places. I know the gig economy because I drive Uber. I'm gonna get up early in the morning to go uh, take somebody to the airport right before work. And I was driving Uber after work today. And I had to go charge the car. I had to go do these different things. But this is a part of my journey in my success process. I want to get to a place, but I want to have some extra money, so I do this extra on the side, because it's mind numbing work. I forgot what I call it. I call it something, but like it's mindless. Driving Uber is mindless. I have conversations with people as I take them to their destination. That's mindless. I did it for 3 years, 3.5 years, full time, without having another job. And I thought I was gonna be creative. I thought I was gonna make all these. I thought I was gonna write my book. I thought I was gonna create the online training courses. I thought I was gonna do all of that. But I was so worried about getting money through this easy way to get money that it it halted my creativity. And what I'm trying to get to y'all, especially as young people, is that you're not going to be able to innovate any of the things that are wrong in this world, or um, You're not going to be able to take the things that are right and good in this world and take them to the next level because you halted your knowledge at such a young age. Like and you think this is a part of you. I don't know what you think. Actually, tell me what you think. But from what I see is that like you don't think that it is valuable to go ahead and go on with your education. The number one thing about college is the cost. People always talk about the cost of college, but they don't talk about the process. And last week, Work Hard Wednesday, we looked at Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was the valedictorian of his high school. He went to a where did he go to school? A Ivy League school. Let me look it up. It's right here. Oh, the University of Florida. No. After graduating high school in 1982, Bezos attended Princeton University, a Ivy League school, right? He was a member of the clubs. Yeah, we we looked at that. Elon Musk. Elon Musk got two bachelor's degrees. So the issue with college is not with what is being taught and the experiences that you get from college. The 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 problem with it is the cost. And if we can mitigate the cost, we can you can have that experience and you can get those experiences because I can guarantee you we Elon Musk would not be Elon Musk if he didn't have that college experience and go through the things that he went through to get what he needed to get to the next step, right? So he got everything that he needed, or he got everything that he could from that step that he was on, that gave him the necessary tools to take it to the next step, which was to be a worker in a financial institution, I believe. That's where he came up with the idea. He saw a I don't know, a hack in the system that they could make money off of. The bank that he was working for, the financial institution that he was working for. He was like, hey, you can make money for the bank with this stuff, with this hack, right? And they just brushed it off like they didn't need the money because they were already making money. His supervisor kind of shut it down, which I understand that, because if you have ideas as a worker and somebody under you, if it ain't their idea, they probably don't want you to uh, take it anywhere, and they will squash those ideas without even really looking into it and giving it a chance. So with the knowledge that he had, and he understands his ability to learn, which you get from going to school and learning the topics or the things that quote unquote you don't necessarily need to be successful. That process of learning in high school and college and the different jobs that he had, and actually intentionally wanting to be better, wanting to be the best at what he does, he took that and he he figured out how to make money himself, which he put in the work. He put in 23 hours out of the day of coding just to get X.com up. Not the X that we know, which was formerly Twitter. X.com was the other company that merged with PayPal when Elon Musk got the money. So all of these are steps. All of these are steps. When Elon Musk got the money, when they sold PayPal, after they merged and then they sold PayPal, he got $100 million. And what did he do with that $100 million? He founded Tesla and then SpaceX and we know the story, how the story ends. But if he never went through that college experience or that high school experience or whatever experience he had to get over here from South America or South Africa, uh, you, we would not have Tesla, we would not have SpaceX, we wouldn't have any of those innovations. We would not have it if he didn't go through that process. And I'm not one to tell you what to do, but are you being intentional about what you do in high school and getting to that next step if you go to college? And I'm talking about this stuff because this is stuff I went through. This is the stuff I know. I don't know about going straight into entrepreneurship or solopreneur. Um, we'll talk about that in another week. We'll have that discussion later. But are you being serious about school? And when you get to college, because if you take that route, when you get there, are you being serious about college? I had a student yesterday. Yesterday, she came up with her brother to get his laptop or whatever at the school, um, and I was like, "What are you into? What are you doing now?" She was like, "Oh, I'm in school. I was at such and such college, and it was too far away, so I came back and I'm doing online school." Now, that student is just checking off a box to get a paper to go get a job, right? And what about the experience that you get when you go to college? When you go to college, you meet new people, you expand your network, and I'm not talking about network as far as business contacts or somebody that can get you a job, just your network of people that you know. Like, she's going online, she's probably going to work. You got work people, you got people at home, and you got your class that you're doing on your your laptop or your computer. There's no experience in that. So where are you going to get the experience that is going to get provide you leadership, provide you working with others, not just for a paycheck? Because what I'm really talking about is the investment into your own success. So you can live an average life, yeah, and you can live a good life without putting in that extra work, but most of us need to put in that extra work because we're not going to be afforded a lot of the opportunities that the societal majority has, because they already have a full network of people that that may not necessarily know them, but they want the best for them, and unintentionally maybe biased towards us. We gotta be thinking about that, and I know people will talk about this or whatever. I'm gonna talk about it because I'm the best person to talk about it, right? But race does play a part, and where how our society is made up plays a part, because we're going into Google. Let's look at. I always talk about Google, because it's one of the biggest companies in the United States that hires people. Americans. We're all Americans too. Google. Yeah, Google Inc. Google demographics. Demographic data. Oh, um, Google company demographics. trying to do all that. Man, I looked this up before. That's alright. Whatever. Yeah, this ain't the one that I looked at, but it has similar data. And yeah, here we go. So Google demographic summary. Google has 139,995 employees. 40% of Google employees are women, while 60% are men. The most common ethnicity at Google is white at 50%. 18% of employees are Hispanic or Latino. 18% of Google's employees are Asian. They don't even have African American on there. We'll find out what they are, how many they are. The average employee at Google makes, dang, they make a lot. $140,000 per. This is a STEM. This is science, technology, engineering, and Google employees are most likely to be members of the Democratic Party. I ain't even into party or politics like that. Employees at Google stay with the company for 3.4 years on average. 40% of employees are female. 50% of Google employees are white. And this is from Zapier, the career expert. Gender ratio. So show more ethnicity. So what I tell you about Black, Hispanic, Asian, right? Even Black. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, there we go. Oops. And I need to put it over here. Here we go. So, white. What is that? Microsoft. So they're comparing it, Google to Microsoft. So white, Hispanic, 18.2%, Asian, 18.2%, African American, Black, 8.7%. Foreign languages spoken. But this is what I want to look at right here, because it is a representation of it's a representation. But look, this is going to be, you have to look at the culture of what your workplace is going to go into. So when I go into, if I was to go into Google or Microsoft, let's look at both of them. So this culture is not going to be a Hispanic culture setting. Like, you're not going to be the majority. So um, the the majority culture is going to have to accept, or you're going to have to assimilate to the work culture. And we have to look at that. We have to be honest about like Hispanic music is not going to be being played through the loudspeakers at all times, um, or Asian music or um, African American hip hop or R&B or anything like that is not going to be played over the loudspeakers. They might have some events or something like that, and they probably do well with inclusion, diversity, equity, and inclusion. But that culture is still going to be majority white. So, how well you assimilate to the culture of where you work is how far you're gonna go in the company, right? Um, so I'm gonna get into that at a different time, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Um, most of us we have to take into account, and that 18% that uh, the 18% of Latinos that are Hispanics, you think they are average? You think they picking from the average people to give them $140,000? They not picking from the average. They're picking from people that are competent. They went to school. They know how to work well with others. They have leadership skills. They have a certain discipline. They went to school for something specific. They have a knowledge of something specific. They got a certification of something specific. You gotta know that, and that's growth and development. You don't just get that for graduating high school. You know, we I don't think that high schools, hold students accountable enough to help them develop and grow to be successful. Yeah, and I'm a part of the high schools. We can only do so much, and without being your parent, we can only do so much without being your parent. So, what we're looking at is the growth and development of you, because you have beliefs and traditions and stuff that was work ethic that was passed along to you, and you might have the work ethic, but thinking through things and being attention to detail, those things you have to hone on your own. And that's what I keep saying about like growth and development. You have to hone these skills. Like, you don't just get something passed along. Yeah, like I can go work in construction like my dad or whatever, but what if I can build a company for my dad to work for me in construction? So yeah, I'm gonna work with my dad while I'm in high school and learn the things that he's gonna teach. But now I'm gonna go to school for this so I can get a specific um, knowledge base, some education on exactly how to do this. I'm going to become good because I have practice. Now I have some more advanced education. Now I can apply it in the ways that I want to apply it. And then along the way, this is the life that I'm trying to help y'all get. Along the way, we can now we can say, hey, I have these skills, I have this, I understand these things about the business, I understand ways to make money, I understand how to get clients, I understand all of these things. So now I'm going to make my own business. And I think one of the fastest ways to become an entrepreneur is to be get a trade, get a trade in something, HVAC, those types of things. You can do it by yourself for a while, but like, you can be studying how to run a business and how to talk to employees. There's a lot of different things that come with that, and we don't necessarily come from a background that has that. We not a lot of us grow up with people that have whole businesses and hire people and can show us the little nuances that that we need to be leaders and to hire people and be a good boss or supervisor or whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling people that supervise me bosses. I don't know. I don't know why. It just I don't like I don't like the word boss. So there's this guy at the gym that calls everybody boss. Hey, what's up, boss? And like that don't bother me, but I'm I don't like I like supervisor. Like you're my supervisor, because usually I'm smarter than the people that I'm usually smarter than the people that I work under. But I don't want to do the work. Like I enjoy my freedom more than anything, and that's my choice. I don't have to. I don't want to be in that top spot. I don't have to be when I don't want to. I want to do something that I feel passionate about, and we have to look at those things as we are in, to bring it full circle, to bring it back. When we go to college, and if you're in college and you're not being serious about what you do and your growth and development, because your time should be packed while you're in this 15 to 25. Like you should be doing a lot of stuff, and you should be at home to sleep. You should be in school, in sports, in organizations. You should be going to events, those type of things. Like I did some of those things in high school. I wasn't necessarily in a organization or anything, but I played basketball. So that took up a lot of my time in both semesters. So I was constantly doing something there. But when I got to college, and I knew that it was only $10 an hour jobs out there, and college for me was the only way to go, to make a better living, so I can change the trajectory of my family. And so I looked at like I had I added more to my schedule, and for 22 years, I really haven't stopped, and I haven't slowed. I've slowed down a little bit because I'm getting old, but I haven't stopped doing that because, like, I'm not where I want to be. So, yeah, I got work ethic, but I needed the development, and I developed myself in college. But after I got done with my master's degree, after 6 7 years of college, the economy collapsed. The Great Recession happened, 2008 to 2010. A lot of jobs were lost. People had a bad time. Those type of things. Like there was nothing for me to do after I got out of college or with my master's degree. There wasn't a lot for me to do. So what did I have to revert back to? I had to revert back to that work. Like I had to start developing myself in other ways. I started taking group fitness classes. I got back on track like I need to do now with being in shape. And I kind of work too much right now, and I don't have enough variety in my fitness routine to really get the results that I want. But like I kept on working. I kept challenging myself to go to new levels at different aspects of my life. And that's what my book teaches you. I should, man, I'm gonna grab one of my books. Work smarter, work harder. Work smarter and work harder. But that's what I teach people. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Maximize every opportunity, every experience that you got. You only get one life, you only get one time to be 15 to 25 years old. You got to make the most out of it, and you got to learn what you need to learn during that time period, uh, to get you to another level. Because um, the average person doesn't really hit their financial stride until 40 or 45, right? So you got time. And I got a program coming out, Jumpstart Generational Wealth, and that program I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through and teach y'all I don't want to put it out, but it's to teach you how to get out of the system, right? Put in your time, put in your work, develop a budget, ha- create a work hard environment or a work hard institution for yourself. If you were to just go to work, I think you can use it after college. So I might do two of them. I might do the Jumpstart Generational Wealth for high school students that people that graduate high school and want to go straight into the workforce. Yeah, like I said, y'all getting paid twice as much as uh, people that grew that my age. I'm 40, so y'all making twice as much as we would have made when we was 18 years old. So, um, what are we gonna do with that money we are in a position while we're in a position to not have as many responsibilities as we need? But like you got to be on a budget. Like I don't know how to stress that enough, and I'll go into it. That'll probably be next week's topic. Is how do we get out of the rat race? We always want to do this passive income stuff, but you ain't got no knowledge. Like you don't got no discipline to to set these things up. Like, and I don't know if a lot of those things work. And people say it, and maybe I need to have some people on my show, invite some people on my show to talk about how to get these things. But I think it's a scam, and I think it's a get rich quick scheme that people are using to make money off of you. And that's why my book is so important. Is like you can understand what you need next in the process, so you're not uh, just out there wandering around like you from Iowa or something. So what you need to do is buy my book. Now the work hard philosophy is going to take you through, and you can understand what's coming next, and you because you already made a plan for that, and you make multiple plans for all of the ways that you could get to your goal, because one of those plans is going to start working out, and you start seeing the what you need to do, or what is going to come simply. Like I can do this and it'll set me on that path in the direction of what I want. But there'll always be two paths to choose from. They might be more than two, but I always had two. There was a way that I could stay in my field, or a field that I was interested in, to gain more knowledge, but it took less money. Like I was gonna make less money, and that's the route I took. I could have worked at Best Buy. I could have worked at a fast food restaurant. I did all of those. I worked at restaurants, you know, but should I take less money and go over here and do this and continue the process, or do I go make the money? If I knew what I knew now, I would go make that money. But I think I did it right, because I'm sitting here in front of you with a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding that can help you out. And just because I was serious about and intentional and deliberate about what I did, I didn't necessarily know how I was going to get to where I am now, but I knew I wanted to be in a position like this. With knowledge and executing on my ideas, and being able to give to people that come from a similar background as me. And that's what I really want to give to everybody, even though I ain't got nobody on this stream at all. When I do get some people on this stream, it's gonna be lit, you know what I mean? But I need to put some more work in, so I'm okay with it not being as many people on the stream as I want. And that's probably a good thing, because I probably get nervous because I'm just going off the top of the dome. So back to college. We always gotta bring it back. But you gotta cultivate an experience. I was talking to the freshman class today. I was like, you get an opportunity to cultivate some experiences. You get to plan out some experiences, whether you like them or dislike them. It's all worth it. You are getting the experience. You can make the decision on whether you like it or not after you completed it, after you worked hard in it, right? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to gain experience. But if we don't put in the work, and if we're just checking off the boxes, then you have done it for no reason. You might as well not do it anything. You might as well just go watch Netflix or TikTok or whatever, or go do some TikTok dances. And I don't care that you doing that stuff. And I don't care if you want to be a digital creator. You can go do that. But also do something else at the same time, because that's not 24 hours a day. You want that lifestyle. You want that lifestyle. And that lifestyle it's not stable. And a lot of us come from unstable homes, and we really need to look at becoming stable first before we can go after those innovative ideas that you have. Or what I really want you to do is do both, do all of it. But y'all fight for doing less work. You fight for that, and doing less work and getting what people that worked long, hard years to get, it's called entitlement. And you feel entitled to getting more than what you put into it. You feel entitled to getting. You don't want to go to college, but you want to make millions of dollars, or you don't even want to make millions of dollars. You want to make 50, $100,000. $100,000 is the top 10% of all people in the United States. You kidding me? Like $100,000 a year, just to be clear. You kidding me? You think you worth that with a high school degree, a high school diploma? I don't think so. You think you gonna outwork me, outthink me, out knowledge me? You not about to do it. I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm saying that you ain't gonna do it because you looking for passive income, which passive comes from money. You most of them people that's telling you, oh, you can create this and get passive income, passive, passive, passive. They already had money. They made money from something else that provided them the ability to use that money toward. But you don't have enough money because you spending it on stuff. You don't have enough money to invest in something because you don't get paid that much. You ain't working at Google. They getting the top people. They getting the top African Americans. they not getting no average person. I'm talking to the majority people. Majority people ain't working at Google. And it's a reflection of like our society. It's only 13% uh, African American people in American society. There's only 13% Hispanics in American society. So of that 13%, and Google, who pays well, we saw Google is going to take from the average, the the poor, the average, or the great. They take it from the great. They take it from the top, the tippy top. They ain't worried about us. You know, like I said, I think you all are smart, and I forgot to put this up. This is what I really think of y'all. Y'all, you're you dope. I love talking to y'all, and I think y'all have a lot of potential, and I think y'all can do a lot of different things. But we're gonna have to put in that work. We got to be intentional and deliver. We just can't get handouts all the time. That's what I worry about. Like I want y'all to go to college for free, but there's a cost to success that people don't talk about. And this is what we need to discuss, because African Americans, we 200 years behind in the wealth gap. Not because our own fault, not because we can't do it, uh, but that's just reality. We 200 years behind, but we thinking like we in the present. We still got habits, and we don't have generational wealth like that to just be average. And we get caught up in the all or nothing because we come from a place of lack. We don't have money. We don't have cars and homes that are paid for. So we're just making money and investing and doing all these different thing improvements on the house, and both our cars are paid off. We're married to our significant other. We got kids. They are having fun and going to school, and uh, they get to go to go to birthday parties, and we're doing all the things with the family. We don't have that. A lot of us, we don't have that with grandparents that paid off their homes, that have life insurance policies, that have money, that are still working, that are giving us money to do different things around the house or provide daycare and things like that. We don't have that. We're behind, and we got to come to the realization that we are behind, and we have to be more strategic. We can have all of those things, but it has to start with you. It has to start with the young people, because your parents didn't start it. That your parents aren't giving you anything at the end of their lives. I don't know if they have. Not a lot of us have. We do your parents own their home? Have they paid it off? Are they gonna give it to you? Do they have a will? Do they have something that is in writing that you get this? Because if not, it's gonna go into the legal system and go into, I think it's called probate. So if those things aren't in place for you, what are you gonna do? You gotta lean on yourself, and you gotta make the correct decisions. But people who make money in society, they have knowledge, they have education. So when you're in college, you gotta be serious about what you do. You gotta be in the you gotta go to class every day. I don't care who's in class. We gotta understand our purpose, what we're there for. I don't care if it's a PWI. I don't care where you go to school. I don't care if it's a community college. I do not care. But you are there for a purpose. You're there to get everything that you need. Get everything experience wise. I need to stop saying everything that you need. You need to get every experience so that you can take it to the next step. Because if you don't get the experience, and if you don't learn the lessons, and you're not thinking about growing, I don't know if I was really thinking about growing. I was thinking about the work, and I was thinking about when I got out of there, I had to come out with a whole bunch of experience so that I could be able to use those experiences to my advantage. Like I ain't made a lot of money in my life, and I ain't had the best jobs ever, and I ain't never got really paid decently until recently. And I don't know if that I don't think that's not I don't think that's my fault. I don't know if that's my fault, but it just happened. That's what it is. Um I think it really is pushing me in the direction that I need based off of my personality. My personality is like I don't fit a system, and I don't like I get bored with the monotony, especially if helping it's not being efficient in helping others. So, yeah, I'm ready to leave my job because yeah, I need I need my freedom. I've been putting in a lot of work, and I want to do something that's big, and that's why I'm on these tonight, or these, and the podcast Success is My Religion podcast. I'm doing all of this, and I studied all of this for a long time. I put in a lot of work and a lot of hours in understanding what this really is, and that's why I talk to you about success and about doing the things necessary to get to the next level. So when you're in college, you got to be going to class every day. You got to join that organization. You got to stay in shape. You got to develop a fitness routine, understand your health, understand money, invest in yourself. The investment is the college. Yes, act like it's your money if you got a scholarship. If you didn't get a scholarship, that is your money. So you want the best shoes when you when you buy with your money, but you just take something that somebody gives you, right? We're not being entitled anymore. We are putting in the work, even if somebody gave us something. Yes, we appreciate it, and we're about to go to the next level, but we can't get into the mark the check boxes because you ain't getting in at Google. It's only 18% getting in. It's only 8% getting in. 9% getting in, and they ain't picking from the middle of the pack. They picking from the best of the best. It might be some average people in the white, that that 50%. It's gonna be some average people, a lot of average people, but not with us. They can command the best of the best because it's a lower percentage, and that's what I wanted to get to you. So you got to come out, and I'm not saying you have to be the best of the best, but you have to come out with some skills that afford you the knowledge that you know that you can do whatever you want. And that's what I did. So when I was a student, when I was an athlete, when I was involved in the 4-year organization that certified nonprofit professionals, when I was a resident assistant for my junior and senior year, like I understood that I know how to get things done. Maybe wasn't the best. You ain't got to be the best in college. This is for you to mess up. Like you can mess up. Hopefully not in a big way to ruin your life or somebody else's life, but you got to take on some responsibilities that so that you understand that you can take on responsibilities. I worked a full-time job and a part-time night job as a graduate assistant. I was only getting paid $450 a month as a graduate assistant, but I got my master's paid for, right? So, the trade-off, like I invested my time, even though they was paying for it. I invested my time. I could have went out and started making money, but I invested into my education a little bit more because I knew I needed an edge out here. It didn't necessarily give me an edge either, but it gave me personally an edge because till this day, I know when I see these little, when I see people, I don't want to call them names or anything. When I see people walking around with a little coffee cup in their hand, I know, I know I can beat them. They not smarter than me, and they ain't gonna outwork me. They might be smarter than me, but my intelligence, whatever level that is under their intelligence, will be magnified by my work ethic and how hard I work at something that I want. I kind of slowed it down now because I want to start getting specific. That's why I'm doing this stuff. But if I see you walking around, because I don't need no coffee, and I and I can go off less sleep than a lot of people, and I can do physical stuff off less sleep. So I know I can. I know I can beat you. Eventually, I'm gonna beat you because you're gonna go have to stop and get coffee, or you and y'all getting full nights of sleep. It's 11 o'clock right now. I ain't about to get a full night of sleep, and I gotta I gotta go teach classes after work. I would be out there. I'm be out of the house for like 15, 16 hours. And you think you gonna win? Nah, man. Ain't nobody gonna win. Let me see if I got through the college postgraduate development. Yeah, I gotta leave that for another time. I gotta get to bed and my voice hurt because I've been talking all day. But I want you to remember this. Yep, that's what you are. You dope ass AF. And I hope you enjoy this live. Um, if you watch this all the way through, get the book. I need to probably put some advertisements in here so I can stop for a little bit. But hey, let's get it. Let's be intentional. Let's be deliberate. Let's look at things as far as not checking off boxes, not just doing it to be doing it because somebody gave it to you to do, doing it because we have a standard that we set for ourselves, and those standards are going to help us be successful in whatever we want to do. So we can get to that next step and we can see what the next step is, and we are in our process for ultimate success. And we don't know where that road is going to take us. We don't know if it's going to end up being success, but I don't know one person that has actually been intentional and deliberate about working hard and doing the things that they want to do in the direction of what they want to do that hasn't turned out with a good life. And we gotta make that change. Those of us that don't come from um, any amount of wealth or inheritance or anything like that, we gotta build it ourselves. So we got to be smart about what we do, and we gotta make sure that if we are in education and we are getting that high school degree with our high school diploma that everybody has to get, we're putting in work because there's opportunities that you need to go find. Your parents can't do everything for you. That's another thing. That's another topic that I need to touch on, but you got to go seek it out. You got to go seek out those experiences yourself, and it's going to make the journey much more worth it. And I guarantee that you'll be in a better place after if you do this with intention, not just the intention to check off that box. Yeah, I did it, and we can say we did it, but you went to college, but you're not a people person because you wasn't around people. You didn't work with people. You was online doing your schooling and you worked at PetSmart or you worked at Wendy's. Like that's not a resume. It's like you don't think you're gonna put in work. What did Elon Musk say? I think I still got it on here. Let's end with this.
All right, last question. 3 pieces of advice to entrepreneurs. What are your 3 pieces? I'm an entrepreneur, so you can share them with me.
Okay.
How would you advise me?
Well, first of all, I really need to give some thought to how can I provide advice that would be most helpful, and I'm not sure I've given enough thought to that to give you the best possible answer. But I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So a challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream that doesn't actually have merit? And that is a really difficult thing to tell. Can you tell the difference between those two things?
Right.
So you need to be sort of very rigorous in your self-analysis. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week.
Yes.
And
It's
then
a lot of work.
all those things improve the odds of success.
Okay.
I mean, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that in 1 year you will achieve what they achieve. You will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
Okay. I like your work ethic.
I like your work ethic. Yeah, so even Elon Musk gonna tell you, you gotta still put in that work. Even if you are smart, even if you checked off all the boxes, you still gotta put in work. 80 to 100 hours. Are you doing that? I'm not saying you gotta do it at this moment, but at one point you gotta get to that point. If you wanna be something significant. That's what I'll start saying. Something significant. But I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. Go get the book, Work Smarter and Work Harder, the Work Hard Philosophy for Individual Achievement. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Work Hard TV. I hope to have more stuff coming out as soon as I get situated with school. But go check out the podcast. Success is My Religion podcast. A couple episodes out right now. I'm looking for more people to interview, or no, not interview. I don't like that. Like, it's too set up. But to have conversations with. I'm trying to have conversations, real conversations about the nuances of success, and so that we understand that when somebody starts at a level right here, and you are way down here, 200 years behind in the wealth gap, if it look like this, if we 200 years behind in the wealth gap, it look like this. They starting at this point. So they give you information from this point because they don't know what that is in between. They don't understand it because somebody did it already for them. So if we have those thoughts, like these people up here, 200 years in front of us, it ain't the same. You still got some work to do. And the advice you getting, I had to discern with all the advice and the books that I'm reading. I had to translate that into my knowledge base and what I needed to do to get to that point. I have to get to that point. And a lot of us not going to get to that point because we stop ourselves short, because we are fighting for doing less work. We're fighting to do less work. Don't fight to do less work. Fight to do more work. I'll holler at you.
I'm motivated, I'm prepared to beat that charge. My hands up above the restricted area, he OC, that's a charge. They leasing, they renting, my shit paid for. What they charge ain't nothing for you to go out here and go get us on the one roof. Gotta be able to work hard. I'm up late nights, early mornings. I don't watch too much TV, city already performing. You keep them thoughts, I have no time for them. Solid cats and out rock for them. So much tension in these streets, everybody can't heat. Ready to settle petty beef, and I'm telling them cameras gonna be aiming at me. Before they see me retreat, I'ma make them believe that I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my brain, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. How to execute, ain't no limit to my brain, so waiting on you to. See, I'm out the door, it's time to get it. Say you ready to work, then let's get it. If you paper chasing, I'm with it. Early in the morning, I'm talking about fitness. Suit and ties, I'm all about my business. Time to change your way of living. If you want it bad enough, go and get it. You don't need nobody else tell you go and get it. Work hard. Look in the mirror, the reflection is you. You don't like the current stats now, what you gonna do? Everybody got a point, but I got nothing to prove. Everybody got a side, but you never hear the truth. Look at me, I know I go hard. I made a decision that ain't for the stars. I'll be up grinding while they stay sleeping. My license plate telling to work hard. I've been patient, waiting, God know it. My time's coming, I know it. When you working hard, you ain't gotta show it. You know I'm hot and I know it. I took the game with a shot, that was yesterday. I ran 2 miles, that was yesterday. I started 3 classes, that was yesterday. I'm going hard, I promise, then yesterday I work hard. I ain't got no time for no games. I ain't got no time to be playing. I ain't got no time for no social media, no tag me and nothing. I ain't any of your games. And Facebook, I call it fake book. Your friends list, that's what snakes look like. You don't know my passion, just know I'm active. Went back to school and I got my master's. I go hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. Time to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard. Try to knock me down, you can't count me out. Work hard. No days off, I don't get no sleep. I go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. Time to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, so waiting on you to work hard.